Hey everyone, welcome back to the Henry Hudson Hour. Today's guest is my sister Emily, and this one is a little looser, fun, and very relatable. We talk about burnout, ADHD, expensive gas, wedding stress, everyday annoyances, world events, and the kind of random frustrations that somehow end up taking over your brain. It's basically a conversation about modern life, being tired, and trying to laugh through all of it. So let's get into it. How are you today, Emily?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, and we are sitting here right now in Port Aransas, Texas. We are on vacation, but I still wanted to do an episode for you, even though we're out of town. And I just thought that this would be the perfect place to record an episode. I'm right now sitting at the bar in the kitchen, and it's absolutely gorgeous here. And it was a beautiful day. Well, it did rain this morning a little bit, but it wasn't too bad. So how would you describe your current era of life right now?
I'm in floating sun season. So I want to be near water. I want to be on the water. That's my whole goal. Pool, lake, creek, river, ocean. That's the goal.
Yeah, the ocean feels so good. It's so nice. And what's taking up the most space in your brain these days?
Just a lot of basic stress stuff, like work stress, housing stress, just trying to make life work.
Are you currently thriving, surviving, or exhausted?
I would say I am surviving, and I am also burnout.
Well, hopefully the vacation helped with the burnout a little bit. I hope.
That's true. I could do this for 2 more weeks, though.
I agree. It went by way too fast. What feels different about life lately, even if nothing major has changed?
I guess just changing of the seasons, really. I know this fall and winter were pretty gloomy. So finally getting some days off where I actually get to be in the sun is very exciting for me.
Of course, it's been rainy as hell all over Texas, but May is our wettest month of the year here in Texas, so that's pretty typical.
Yeah. So it just seems like I always have bad luck, and every time I have a day off, it ends up just pouring rain, or it's overcast and threatening to rain all day, and it's just one of those deals where it's I feel like I am starved of sunshine.
Yeah, so on a scale from totally fine to spiraling out of control in Target, how are you doing today?
Hey, I'm fine today. I'm doing
Well, that's good. We don't want a Target meltdown. Not that there's one here, but there might be one nearby. I don't know. I'm sure there's one in Corpus.
Yeah.
It's a 45-minute drive from here. At what point did expensive gas stop shocking people?
That's a question I have, because I feel like everyone's upset about it, but nobody's there's nothing that anybody can do about it. So I feel like everybody's just dang, that's a lot. But then there's no...
The lack of reaction is honestly astonishing to me. I thought that people were going to hit the streets protesting, and everyone seems to be so lackluster about it. I don't know. It's just weird. It's we're all just used to it already. It's just the new normal. I don't get it. It's so stupid. This whole thing with the Strait of Hormuz is so frustrating and aggravating to me. And I like I've said on the podcast before, and I'll say it again, I don't understand why Texans can't pay Texas prices for Texas gas.
Yeah. I guess it's just supply and demand. So the more demand there is on us, the higher the prices are going to go either way. But it's hurting everyone's bottom dollar. with food prices already as astronomically high as they have been recently.
Right, and gas prices going up increases food prices because of the cost of transporting the food.
Exactly. So it's just like everyone, I think we've all just
It's a
gotten
domino
used.
effect.
Yes, everyone's gotten used to just having to pay so much more than we used to. And it's become the new normal, I guess. Like, it's just so normalized that prices go willy-nilly constantly.
What everyday thing feels weirdly expensive to you now? If you can think of anything.
Oh, like soda. Soda prices
really?
are
Wow.
crazy.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard that. I read a post about that on Twitter the other day, or X, I guess, is what it's called now. But fuck Elon. Like, who cares?
Yeah. So, it's not something that I normally buy for myself, but, every once in a while I like to go get like a Mexican Coca-Cola, a glass bottle, or buy like a couple of them, or, buy stuff for mixers, or, sometimes you just want a Sprite. And I was like, this has gotten really pricey. Like, why do you cost more than juice? And juice is expensive too.
Yeah, juice has always been pricey. Do you think people are just numb to inflation at this point?
Yes. I think we've just got, and like, what are you going to do? Like, regular people can't control it. So it's like, even if we did all protest, they'd just find a reason to shut it down.
Right, I know. Sometimes protesting, it just seems like it doesn't accomplish very much. I guess, but I mean, it did in the 60s, but that was a different time and place. What purchase recently made you irrationally angry?
Oh, well, I had to buy a new wheel for my truck. Not the tire, the actual like hubcap wheel. And first it was on back order for over a month. So I had to order it like over a month in advance and wait for it and wait for it and wait for it, which I'm not really sure why, because it's a pretty average size wheel. And then I ended up getting double charged for it, which is even more frustrating, especially when you pay for something up front and then, you go pick it up and everything, and then your account's charged again. That's not great. But it was just really frustrating for me as a consumer to be like, oh, okay, so how long is this going to take? And is this safe? And is it, you just have to go with the flow. Like, what am I going to do? Scream at the...
Yeah, that was ridiculous. You were lamenting to me about that, and I thought it was outrageous. What's your most ridiculous, I cannot believe this cost this much moment?
Ooh, I've had a lot of those.
I have too. I mean, I had one the other day.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what I bought, but the total was like $60, and I was like, this is outrageous.
Yeah.
It should have been 30.
I feel that way anytime I leave HEB, and I feel like I have 3 small bags of groceries, and the total is like $128. And I'm like, how were these 3 small bags so expensive? And I know I do tend to buy like the better, more organic products. I try to shop with coupons and all this sort of stuff. But still, it's like, it's adding up a lot.
Right, I know everything is adding up so much, and it's really stressing me out. I can't keep up with the inflation, and at some point the middle class is getting squeezed so hard they're going to reach a breaking point. The economy is bound to collapse, in my opinion.
I mean, this is true. I hardly ever buy like beef, for example, anymore, because it's gotten so expensive. Like steak or anything like that is a treat now in my life, because I just don't, because of all the screwworm stuff or whatever. But the beef prices have just gotten really high, and chicken prices are still pretty high. You know what I mean? Like the other day, I think a pack of 4 chicken breasts was like over $14. And I was like, that seems excessive.
Wow, I'm glad I don't eat meat because I don't have to deal with those prices at all, but I can't relate. But I I have heard that the price, especially of meat, and it does hit me. And in fact, my wallet when I buy eggs right now, because
Yes.
eggs are crazy.
Yes. That's just been an ongoing. The food market is unstable, I would say. Especially, like, have you heard about the orange juice thing?
The Florida orange juice thing.
Yeah.
So apparently, I didn't put this in the news packet at all, but apparently in Florida, there's like, because of drought or pest or something.
Basically, there's an orange blight that's killing all the orange trees.
Right. So there's some disease that's killing all the orange trees in Florida, and they can't make any freaking orange juice, and it's impacting the price of orange juice apparently. So you've got a wedding coming up. How stressful is the preparation and getting a dress?
So stressful. Okay, so the bride is a family member of ours, and I absolutely love her, and I don't want to overshadow her in any way. And so that makes me nervous, first and foremost, is because, like, I don't want to wear something that's, like, too sexy or too garish or too low cut or too, you know what I mean? Like, I want it to be perfect, but, like, almost bland. But not bland. Like, I want to look nice, but I don't want to look too nice, but I don't want it to be too, you know what I mean? So, and a lot of the dresses I've tried on have those really high cut slits on the side, or they're like backless. It's a black tie wedding. So, with a color code. So, I'm limited in like options right now, somewhat. And it's just like really stressful. And I keep finding dresses that would work really well online. But then I'm nervous about how it's actually going to show up. Like, is it going to fit me the way it fits the model because I can't try it on in person? Or, like,
right.
how many...
I would be so scared to order online for a dress for a wedding.
Yes.
Because you can't figure out. And then it's like, and then you have to go through the trauma of sending it back. Which is just a pain in the ass.
Exactly, especially for like a nice dress. If it has any sort of like poof or whatever to it, like the minute you take it out, that crinoline like comes back to life. And so, you know, having to repack it's just a whole conundrum. But I have time, so I'm going to keep looking. And I've found some dresses that work. It's not that I haven't found anything that works. It's just... I haven't found anything I love. You know what I mean? Because if you're going to spend that much money on a dress, I also feel like it should be something that I feel confident in. And I'm like, yeah, I actually like this.
Right. Why are dresses somehow both so expensive and impossible to find? I don't understand.
I don't either. I mean, women's clothing is such a confusing landscape. I think... You know, with men, it's very much like button-down shirt, slacks, or like high, you know, the nicer it is, the nicer the pants get, up to like tuxedo pants. And I feel like it's easier for y'all a little bit because you can always go and rent a tuxedo that's going to fit right. I can't always find a dress that I can rent that fits right, especially because I'm kind of between two sizes. So it's like, well... Oof.
You might have to get alterations.
Yeah, that's normally what I do, but also I keep waffling and wavering on my decision making. So then the closer it gets to that date, and I don't have the dress, the more stressed out I am about, like, if I even take this to the tailors, are they going to be able to turn it around in time?
Right. What's your toxic trait as a wedding guest?
Oh, I will engage in small talk, but I don't particularly like it. And I just want you to tell me, like, actually have a conversation with me about something that I find entertaining
something
or is
fucking real.
Yeah, or I don't know, like, let's gossip. I don't know. Talk to me about anything that's not just like So what do you do for a living? Wow, the weather today is really nice. Mm-hmm. This is my husband. He does this. Yeah, he's been with that company for years. I'm like, I don't care. Like,
I hate weddings. They're so boring.
Yeah, I don't hate weddings, and
I just
normally
think
I
they're
kind of
so
cry
boring.
a little bit, but
I don't get emotional at all. I'm cold-hearted. You mentioned reading about ADHD. What made you start thinking about that?
Well, I'm always kind of reading up the new science on it so that I can try to manage my own symptoms better. Like if they find something, that works better or whatever, I try to read about like all the different studies on diet and exercise. You know what I mean?
Right, the cycle of life.
Yeah.
Were there things you read where you suddenly thought, oh, that explains me?
Sure. Like, I've definitely gotten paperwork from the doctors or whatever that's like, yeah, okay, I can see that. But I also find a lot of times the language feels, it's all clinical. So it's not like, you're still like a worthy person. It's very much doctorese.
Right. You realized recently that you were burned out. What tipped you off to that?
Well, one, like, I haven't taken vacation in over a year. Two, I'm just always stressed out, and I've gotten to the point where I just don't want to be at work. Like, every day I'm just like, I don't want to be here. I just want to go home. I just want more time off. I'm exhausted. And, often I don't get proper sleep between my shifts and all that stuff, which I guess is partially my own fault. But sometimes with the way I'm scheduled, it's really hard to get more than 6 hours of sleep a night. And I don't function well on like multiple back-to-back nights of 5 to 6 hours of sleep.
Oh, neither do I. I have to sleep. It's the I have to sleep. Like, I can't not sleep. Do people wait too long to admit they're exhausted, do you think?
Yes. And I think it's become like our new normal. We went through that whole thing where everybody just could not stop talking about how productive they were. And it was like a bragging thing. Like, oh, well, I only do 4 hours of sleep at night. We were supposed to pat them on the back for being so devoted to their career or their job or whatever. But the older I've gotten, the less I respect hustle culture. Like, yes, you can sacrifice your relationships, your life, your everything to get further money-wise.
Oh, I value my time so much more than I value money.
Yeah, because it's
my
like,
time
what are you
is
getting back?
So much more important to me.
Exactly.
What would rest even look like for you?
Right now, and I know I can't ask for this, and I know I won't get it from anyone, but I would really like a whole month where I didn't have to worry about money or bills or anything. And
I think everybody would like that.
Right? Like, this is like a dream scenario for most people.
But it's like not a dream in Europe. They literally do that every August. In Europe, in August, everything shuts
France.
Down.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Italy too, somewhat, to some extent. They give so much paid vacation time there that it's required by the government. And they take so much time off and relax, and they really, and on the continental Europe at least, they really value that so much more than Americans do. Americans, our culture, it's trash.
Yeah.
I don't even know where it comes from. How do you deal with all the constant bad news that's been coming out lately?
I have to take breaks. I have to I do a little bit at a time. Because if I used to be able to sit and like watch all the news at once in the morning, or like read the whole New York Times or whatever Wall Street Journal, whatever I was digging into for the day. And I could do almost the whole paper in the morning with coffee. But now I've gotten to the point where I can only do little bits at a time because just things have gotten absurd. And so there seems to be some new shocking headline every day that just I don't even know what to do with it. So I just take it in little chunks now.
Right. Do world events ever make everyday problems feel small or somehow heavier?
Yes, in the same way. So, like, here we are bitching and moaning about grocery prices, and then I think about at the same time how, like, the good people of Gaza are legit have been starving and have no access to, like, reliable access to food, and how lucky I am that I can just go to any grocery store and there's unlimited choices of food almost. So I know I'm extremely privileged, and I'm complaining about a privilege, which is that privilege is having easy access to food all around me. But I'm going to complain about that because I think it's too expensive. So it's like a double-edged
sword.
Yeah.
What do you think happens to people emotionally when there's nonstop crisis in the background?
I think you have to numb it out at some point. I think some people it starts running their life instead of them running their life. So all the negativity and the press and everything just sort of manifests, and they let it continue to manifest and take over their day and their life and their relationships. And it can be really hard to separate out from your own personal wants, needs, desires, goals, life path from all of the noise.
Okay, so I want you to defend your hatred of the San Marcos train because I think it's hilarious.
Listen. Okay, these dumb trains, they stop. San Marcos, there's a train that follows along kind of the same pathway as I-35 runs through town, right? There's constantly different trains coming and going through town. But they often stop blocking major roadways in town, and they'll be sitting there for 20 minutes sometimes, 30 minutes, and they just don't move. And so obviously, I'm not given a reliable train schedule, and nobody, like residents aren't. So I never know if those trains are going to be there. There's so many times when I'm on my way to work, or I'm leaving work, or I'm just trying to get to the gym or whatever, and I get stuck behind the train. And you get stuck in these long, giant lines of cars, and everyone's trying to turn around, even on like the one-way streets. I've seen an 18-wheeler flip a Yui before in the middle of one of these streets because it was taking so long for the train to go. I've gotten nervous that I'm going to run out of gas before because I've been trying to get to the gas station nearby. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where I'm just constantly, A, irritated about it, and then B, I think about the impact to the community, right? Like with emergency services, police, fire, EMS.
Yeah, that seems really dangerous to have trains blocking for that long that just park like that. At least in Austin, I live right next to train tracks and I drive across them every day. But the train tracks I live next to, it's the commuter train. Mm-hmm. And so it's like a little tiny little train car, and it comes by every 15 minutes, but it's super quick and easy. They only run freight on that line at nighttime when the commuter train is off.
Oh, that's smart.
So sometimes it happens to me too, but it'll be like 3 or 4 in the morning.
Yeah, that would definitely be an improvement. And I know there's a couple roads that have bridges that go over the train, but also when the train's there, those roads and the bridges get all backed up with traffic, which is not useful. So regardless, it creates a bottleneck situation. I know they're planning on building some more bridges to go over the train right now, But according to the city, there's nothing they can do about it because they're not the ones in charge of the trains. And they're just as frustrated as I am. Because I know when I first moved to town, I literally called after getting stuck for, I don't know, it felt like forever. It was probably like, 16, 17 minutes. But I was like, this is enough. And I called just to ask, like, what is going on? And they were like, we're frustrated as you are, ma'am. Like, this has been an ongoing issue we've been having in the city for years, and this is just how it goes. And, I do feel for the entire community because it just, if you're trying to get somewhere on time, I have to plan all these alternative routes out
That's
that
outrageous.
are not right. Like I can't go the quickest route to work every day. It's an outrageous
inconvenience. That why would they park them instead of having them moving? That's what is like. It's like, why are you doing? I think they have to do
some sort of inspection thing, or they have to stop.
Inspection. I don't know,
but it's something with the trains that has to happen, and it takes a tremendous amount of extra time on my daily commute, so it irritates me.
What is your most irrational everyday annoyance?
That I have to charge things.
Okay, me too. I just plugged my phone in, it was getting low, and then it's just charging is so stressful. It's so annoying. And then you wake up and you forget. If you forget to charge, you're screwed for the day. It's like really inconvenient.
Yes, and I realize it's better for everything to be rechargeable. I'm not jumping on that. I just forget to charge things, and then I'll try to get into my laptop real early in the morning before work to get other work done and check my emails and stuff. And of course it's dead. So then I've got to plug it in. And then, by the time it's charged back up, I only have 10 more minutes before I need to leave. And it's just a constant game in my life. I really need to just create like a charging station where everything gets plugged in at the same place. That would probably be smart. So I could just plug all of my electronics I need.
Yeah, I kind of have that at my bar, in my kitchen, sort of. Kind of. I get what you're saying. I don't know. It's frustrating. And this stupid phone, it doesn't have the thing on the back where you can just
the magnet.
Set it. The magnet. It doesn't have that.
Charge.
I can't wait to get my old phone back because that drives me crazy.
Yeah.
That I can't use that. So tell me the tire story, because getting double charged, it feels like a personal attack.
Well, it's not. I think they just messed up. But so I ordered the new wheel. It's not a tire. I ordered a new wheel over a month ago and paid for it over a month ago. And they're like, great, it'll be there when it's there, right? Sort of conversation. I mean, they gave me a timeline, but they were like, we don't really know. We'll tell you when it says it actually shipped. So I was nervous about that on this vacation and all that sort of stuff, because I needed the new wheel for the truck. And then obviously I paid for it over a month ago. I guess it's probably just some sort of clerical error. And
so when they actually did the service, they charged you again, second time.
Yes.
I see. Okay. I didn't even realize that. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. So I prepaid for it when I ordered it. And then when right after they finished putting it on, since I have an account with my card connected to the account.
It just auto-charged you.
They auto-charged me. And I was...
What a pain in the ass. Yeah. And they told her that they can't refund it unless she goes in fucking person, which is outrageous.
I mean, it's also pretty typical because I did pay for it with a debit card instead of putting it on my credit card, because I was like, well, I'll just put it on the debit card. It's fine when I first ordered it, and that's the card they have on file. And because it's a debit card and not a credit card, they said I need to go back in person with the card to fix it. And then it'd take, between 5 to 7 business days or whatever for it to the money to bounce back into my account. which is all fine and dandy. However, I am also here on vacation, so there is no way for me to take care of this right now. So now I'm hoping when I get home on my next day off that I'll be off on a day that they're open, A, and B, that I can get there on that day and that the same manager I talked to is also scheduled that day. So I have an easier time getting it fixed.
What inconvenience ruins your entire mood immediately?
Oh, spilling coffee all over myself. I do it so often. I'll make myself like a fresh hot cup of coffee and I'll be ready, like, all put together for work or whatever. And then somehow I'll like look at my phone because an alarm's going off or whatever I'm doing, or the dog bumps me. And then I just spill coffee all down myself and my cute work outfit. And then I've got to quickly change into whatever I have that's clean and looks kind of pressed.
But mine is losing things. For me, the inconvenience that ruins my entire mood is fucking losing things. I lose everything. I lost a ring here somehow. I don't know where it is. I can't find it. We've been looking for it. Our friend helped me look for it, and it's just gone. Like, I can't find it at all. And right before we left on the trip, I also lost my tennis bracelet, which is devastating. I don't understand how. I just lose jewelry and it's the worst feeling. It makes you feel so powerless. It's just like the worst. I hate it. I hate losing jewelry. Nothing is worse to me. What's your villain origin story this week?
Oh, well. Okay. I think it's going to be all the people that love to have their dogs off leash. And I know we're at the beach and that's fun, but leash laws are a thing. And my dog is friendly and he loves humans, but he doesn't always love all other dogs, right? And I'd say like he's 60% to 70% friendly to other dogs, but every once in a while he'll meet another dog that he just absolutely does not like. He's just like, no, this dog is an asshole and I don't like them and I don't vibe with the way they wag their tail at me, and I am going to just bark my head off and jump around. And if he gets near me, I'm going to snap and snarl and be a total dickhole. And my dog is a big dog, right? And he's elderly. This is also part of the reason I think he's grumpy towards other dogs. Like if the dog's a lot bigger than him, he's more likely to be reactive because I think he knows like he's kind of like weaker old man at this point. I think it's fucking with his brain. Maybe that's me and for my making my dog more human than he is. But
what is it?
Anamorphizing? I don't know. Whatever.
I don't know. Whatever.
I'm trying to work through coffee, y'all. But so, like we'll be having a perfectly good time. Like he and some other dogs have smelled each other's butts. Everyone's jumping around, right? Like they're having a good time. But then you'll just get these like dogs that just rush up and run over to you. And I don't know how he's always going to react, right? Because he is generally good boy, sweet boy, likes other dogs. But then there's that little off chance that he's going to be a fucking asshole about the whole situation and get really upset and grumpy. And it just ruins my fuck time. You know what I mean? Because
yeah,
it's
my
like
old
I can't
boss,
chill.
he loved going to the dog park, and I never understood that. Like, I don't understand. I guess your dog has to be, I don't know. Like, I just felt like the dog park is where bad things happen all the time.
Oh, yeah, for sure bad things happen. I mean, and that's a risk you have to take.
I've seen enough episodes of Judge Judy, honey.
Yes. And, my thing is if you really love your dogs like a family member, right? Like you really, truly love your animal, and just being a conscientious human in general, you would secure your animal, right? Because I can't imagine, and I've had like little toy breed dogs, all sorts of dogs, but I can't imagine letting my dog randomly run full force up to a stranger's dog and just expecting that to go well 100% of the time. I can't.
Yeah, no, I don't understand people's level of like, what is it, trust?
Yes.
It's like, what are you doing? And is there leash laws here?
Yes,
I don't know. I don't even fucking know.
No, so all the dogs on the beach are legally supposed to be on a leash. And like in general, leash laws like that are the same at home apply down here for like parks, walking, all that sort of stuff. But a lot of people down here just don't follow those rules. And I get it, like you want to unhook your dog from the leash and throw the ball into the water or whatever, like I get it. But it's also just kind of jarring when I'm just trying to walk my dog and then we have 6 or 7 dogs on the beach
like
all run up to us.
It's like an attack.
Yeah, it kind of feels that way. And then he's all like I said, most of the time it's I just want to play, but sometimes that dog comes with attitude and then they're sitting there barking and snarling and snapping and I'm just like, I really don't want to deal with this right now. Like I just wanted to have a nice calm walk with him. I didn't want to get tangled up in a leash because you two are trying to like lick faces because you've suddenly fallen into puppy love with each other. You know, it's just one of those deals where it's just like, I just want to enjoy my peace with my dog and have a nice time.
So if we were recording this in a bar, what would we argue about after 2 drinks?
Oh, music.
Music? Okay. Yeah, I could see that. Maybe, possibly. And is there anything you're looking forward to right now?
More sunshine.
More sunshine. Okay.
More sunshine.
It might be a while during El Nino before you get that, but we'll see. All right, let's move on to the news today. So because we are in Port Aransas, we have to talk about this. We need to discuss the water crisis that's currently happening in the Corpus Christi Bay Area.
Yeah, it's terrible.
So they're running out of water completely. They're supposed to be totally out by when exactly?
I think the New York Times said that like a week ago they'd be out by September, but now they've gotten more rain. So I think the rain they've gotten them has bought them 2 more months. So I guess November-ish timeline right now. But it's also rained since we've gotten here. So I don't know how full their reservoir like lakes are right now, but unless they keep getting continuous rain, they're just kicking the can down the road.
Right, they have no plan as of yet, and they're going to completely run out of water. It's the first time in American history that a major city has completely run out of water before. And part of the problem down here is that they don't do desalination. So they don't use seawater to make running water, tap water, which is obviously a huge mistake. Corpus Christi is racing to lock down more water as drought puts major strain on South Texas supplies, but a legal fight with nearby Sinton is slowing that plan down. The twist is that Corpus Christi officials have suggested Sinton may be trying to protect groundwater for a data center project.
Yeah.
So, as Inside Climate News reported, Corpus has begun installing pipe for its emergency Evangeline groundwater project near Sinton, even though the city is still battling for the permits needed to drill. The project is intended to help the water crisis, but Sinton, which is about 30 minutes north of Corpus and home to roughly 5,000 people, has challenged those permits in court, arguing that drilling could threaten its water supply. Corpus Christi leaders have suggested that there may be more to the resistance. They point to the recent rezoning of about 1,000 acres nearby land deals, a planned electrical substation, and a local well permit as signs that one or more data centers could be heading to Sinton. Sinton officials have not confirmed that claim, with the city manager John Hobson saying it is rumors. The standoff highlights a growing issue across Texas. Water-stressed communities are increasingly being asked to support large new industrial users, even as drought and population growth make supplies less reliable. So this is absolutely insane. It's said that this project could deliver 24 million gallons of water per day by 2027. And the data center that they're rumored to build is going to use 3 million gallons per day, compared to with the under 1 million of use that Sinton uses itself.
Yeah.
Absolutely ridiculous. Texas has more planned data centers than any other state, and it's just not working for us because they use so much water, and Texas doesn't have water. We don't have natural bodies of water in Texas. There's only one lake in the entire state that's a natural body of water. It's
Up north.
No, it's east.
Oh,
It's on the Louisiana border.
Oh, okay.
I
thought it was near
the
Dallas.
Sabine River.
Okay.
And it's called Lake Caddo, I think.
Yeah.
Is that it? Maybe you could Google that real quick. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But this whole thing with them fighting over the officials in Sinton because they're rumored to be building a data center, I mean, that's outrageous. This whole city of 300,000 people is about to run out of water, and this nearby,
I think the whole area is over 500,000.
A 500,000 metropolitan area.
Yeah.
So we're talking about 500,000 people here that are going to be affected by this. And recently, officials have said that the recent rains have helped, but the drought of 5 years is far from over. Recent rainfall has brought some relief to the water crisis, but the few storms that they've had are just not enough. Lake Corpus Christi is now at 12.1% of capacity following recent rain events. And for the first time in a long time, the Nueces River water is flowing over the nearby dam. But a 5-year drought doesn't end immediately, and they need a lot more rain. A lot more.
Yeah.
For now, no major changes to the water emergency plan appear to be on the horizon, and the vote on the plan is expected June 2nd.
Yeah.
And this article just came out yesterday.
Yeah. So, I mean, they've got to figure something out that's sustainable, because just stealing another city's water also is not a sustainable problem, because they're just going to drink their well dry too.
Right.
So
that's crazy that they just want to take Sinton's water from them.
Yeah. Well, and then
and
also
that's their plan.
And make their water more expensive.
Yeah, for sure.
So I get why the residents there are like, well, I'd rather have a data center that's paying me high taxes than, giving water to the city of Corpus that can't get their shit together.
Yeah, for sure. So I wanted to talk about this recent poll, Kamala Harris versus Gavin Newsom 2028 presidential election chances. And in this new poll, they found that they're about dead set in a tie. What do you think about this? Do you think that Gavin Newsom would be a good president?
I don't think either of them would make a good president.
Well, Those are our top two choices at the moment. And anyone is better than Trump.
Yeah, I just, like, as we've seen, right, people are not real excited about her. And I think Newsom is polarizing to a lot of swing voters, just like she is, but for very different reasons, right?
Right. He is very polarizing. He's a very controversial figure.
I feel that Republicans have done a really good job in picking candidates that will run, right? And that their base will support. Whereas Democrats keep throwing these lame duck candidates that nobody can get excited about, right? They need somebody that gets the party excited again. But they just keep throwing people at us that nobody is excited to vote for. And that is part of the problem.
Yeah, I totally agree on the whole excitability. There's just not a lot of hope being conjured up. And I feel that in this poll, they found Pete Buttigieg would be the third, then Mark Kelly, then AOC, then Cory Booker, then Josh Shapiro, then J.B. Pritzker, then Gretchen Whitmer, and then Andy Bashar.
Yeah, which, I mean, I think all of these people have issues. Like, that's just what I'm going to say. And I think they're all
flawed in some way. I know AOC is a lot of people's favorite right now. I think that it's going to be a bloodbath. I think the primaries were not going to be, I don't think it's going to be like how it was when Kamala took over the Biden nomination and everyone just threw their support behind her. I think the primaries are going to be really tough. I think the races are going to be really close. And I think it's going to be a long road.
Yeah, well, they obviously keep making it longer and longer and longer, so you can't escape them talking about it for 2 to 3 years, which, I don't even want to hear about it that early.
Oh, I know. It's ridiculous how long our presidential campaigns are in the United States. I think of all the countries, we have like one of the longest election cycles.
Well, yeah, because the news just milks it for constant headlines. And then I think everybody gets election fatigue because you've heard about it nonstop for years and you've thought about it nonstop for years or however you deal with it. And I know I get sick of it. I'm just like, I don't want to hear about this. Like, tell me about stuff that's actually going on outside of our country. Like, I legitimately get frustrated.
That's why I only read BBC World News. Because I want to hear international stories. I don't want to hear about American politics all day. It's just boring. And they report on some cool stuff, like interesting things about small African countries, etc. Etc., darling.
Etc.
So there's apparently, according to this article that Emily had mentioned earlier, 3 subtypes of ADHD that they found: severe combined with emotional dysregulation, predominantly hyperactive or impulsive, and predominantly inattentive. And each biotype tells a distinct neurobiological story. So which type do you think you have? Because I think I know I have the impulsive subtype.
Oh.
The hyperactive impulsive subtype.
I'm definitely inattentive. Like, if I don't find it interesting,
I can see that.
I just check out. Like, my brain just goes to wherever my brain goes. Like, I try not to do it, and I try to be polite, but if the conversation or whatever is going on, I mean, it could be me at work, just I'm off in my head thinking about a million billion other things than whatever boring task or whatever it is I'm supposed to be focusing on, because I just cannot. Like, I do not have the patience for it.
Yeah, I mean, I can relate to that somewhat. I just feel like I just am like bouncing around from one thing to the next all the time. and I don't know like what direction I'm going in. I never know if I'm going backward or forward. I just feel like I'm just lost all the time.
Yeah.
It's really fun. And so I just wanted to mention this, and please, if you're listening, Google this right now. It's on page 6 if you can't find it, but you have to look up Lisa Rinna's shocking new look at the cons or cans, darling? Cons. Film festival. What is going on with Lisa Rinna? She looks insane. It's giving troll doll.
Yes, it's giving Hunger Games. It's giving troll doll. It's giving costume party. It's giving a lot, but I don't know if it's giving what she wants. Although, you know, all press is good press, so at least people are talking about her.
Right, exactly. Well, it's great press. I mean, it's in all the headlines. She looks so funny to me. I've been looking at the pictures over and over again and laughing my ass off at it. It's hilarious to me. She literally looks like a fucking troll doll. I think it's so funny. I don't know why it's so funny to me, but it's like the funniest thing that I've seen in weeks. I'm very entertained by it. And apparently someone, according to this article, it says fans were comparing her new look to Elizabeth Taylor. I was like, oh.
I don't know about that, boo. I don't know about that.
It's so funny. It's just hilarious. You have to Google the pics right now. Just look up Lisa Rinna's new look or something in that regard, and it should come up for you. But it's really, really funny. Let's see, what else do we have here? So we were gonna talk about John Travolta's new face. Also Google this one, look up the pics. He actually looks really good, I think.
Yeah, whoever did his facelift did a good job.
Yeah, he got a great facelift. But the only thing, I mean, of course, I don't like him. I don't support Scientology or anyone who is a Scientologist. But I think that his facelift came out really well. He looks like he's in his 40s. Mm-hmm. He looks did a good job. Really good, and he's like, what, 70?
Yeah, I just think it's funny to how these celebrities now, you're like, oh, you're debuting a new face.
Oh, yeah, I know. And then it just is like, it's like, I don't know. I think it was like a good refresh for him, I guess. He looks great in this picture right here. Like, he looks so good in that pic. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, of course, he's never gonna admit that he's had, like, in this article, they're, like, acting like, oh, he's just gotten a new hat, and that's why he looks so good. Oh, and it's, like, obviously he's had major work done. An extensive amount of work done.
He and Kris Jenner are sharing a surgeon at this point.
Do you think they have the same surgeon? Because
maybe.
Kris Jenner, she looks good to me. I think her facelift came out great, too.
Yeah.
They look great. But I know the best surgeon is the one in Dubai that Lindsay Lohan goes to.
Oh, yeah, no, they did a good job on her because she still looks like her.
She looks incredible. She doesn't... You can't tell she's had a surgery at all. She looks incredible. And then I was gonna mention this. I thought this was interesting, but it's Spotify's most streamed albums of all time. So the first one is Bad Bunny.
Yes.
Un Verano Sin Ti. Number 2 is Starboy by The Weeknd.
Okay.
Number 3 is Division Sign by Ed Sheeran. And then number 4, we have the United States coming in here with Sour by Olivia Rodrigo. Number 5 is Future Nostalgia by Dua Lipa. Love that. Such a good album. SOS by SZA. Hollywood's Bleeding Post Malone. Surprisingly, Taylor Swift is all the way down here at What Am I On Now, number 7.
Yeah, that is
8.
surprising, honestly, because the Swifties are crazy.
I know. She's not even in the top 5.
I know.
And then it rounds out with The Weeknd, Arctic Monkeys, Drake, Post Malone, more Drake, more Bad Bunny, and more Taylor Swift.
I mean, all I can say is outside of like Bad Bunny and Dua Lipa, I'm not really down with this list.
Me either. I mean, Drake is okay in my opinion. I don't love Drake, but I also don't hate Drake. Like, I can listen to Drake, but Drake is just not my favorite rapper.
I'm Team Kenny.
And let's see, what else do we have here today? I wanted to talk about Blake Lively. So, what is going on? You know more about this than me, and in this stupid article, they don't get to the point until the very end. Like, you have to scroll through, but this is a mess. They've spent, apparently, this lawsuit. So she claims, Blake Lively is claiming that she was sexually harassed on the set of this movie that she did last year, was it? Or a year or two ago? They have spent collectively $60 million each on this lawsuit, and neither of them has made a single cent of money off of it. This is the biggest waste of money I've ever seen in my life.
Legitimately. Like, I honestly had the question if this is one of the most expensive money beefs that's ever happened. But, so, as far as I can tell, there's no real winner here. Everyone kind of just is ooky a little bit and has stepped in the poo. That's the way I'm going to say it. Like, everyone's somewhat not behaved. This whole thing has just created a firestorm over what should have been like a kind of simple, like rom-com-esque movie that deals with domestic violence themes, right? And all I can really think of is like, imagine a $60 million endowment to a children's hospital or a cancer charity or to an environmental group or just to fund preschools. Like, that's an insane amount of money to waste on coworkers not getting along.
Yeah, it says the Ends With Us co-stars, that's the name of the film, reached a surprising settlement in Lively's December 2024 lawsuit against Baldoni last Monday. Lively, however, is still seeking attorney's fees and damages from the director's failed January 2025 countersuit.
Yeah.
The star argued she is owed the fees and damages under a California law created in 2023 to protect sexual abuse accusers from retaliatory claims. And it's absolutely insane, and the back and forth is so crazy. Like, it just goes on and on and on. I'm not gonna get into the weeds with it because it's such a long story and it's been going on for a long time now. But I basically just felt like this was insane. When Emily mentioned it to me and I looked it up, my mind was fucking blown. I was like, this is the most ridiculous waste of money I've ever seen in my entire life.
Pretty much. We got two real player haters.
And I just wanted to mention this as well. The Justice Department, they deleted press releases on the charges against the January 6 rioters. I'm really tired of the Trump administration trying to rewrite history.
Yeah, well, welcome to our new reality where nothing that happened actually happened. You know, it's really funny when the people in charge are narcissists, and so they treat us all like they're children and just gaslight us constantly.
Yeah, the Justice Department has removed press releases detailing the charges against hundreds of individuals who participated in the January 6, 2021 Capitol riot from its website. The department confirmed Friday. And it's like absolutely ridiculous. I think that this is like really insane that they're doing this it says they're doing this to remove the Department of Justice website of partisan propaganda. But I think that the real partisan propaganda is the fact that they're removing factual information, actual facts.
Yeah, well,
from...
It's because those facts don't align with the story they want to tell us.
Right. And their story is that the rioters are victims. Of what I don't know or who I don't know. Because honestly, like, how it's just the whole thing, it's just really upsetting. And I don't even know what to say at this point. I mean, we have 2 more years of this, and I don't know how I'm going to get through it, to be honest. It's just so depressing every day. It makes me sick.
Yeah.
It's just sickening. And I don't want to end on that note, but I think that's all the news we have for today. All right, that's going to do it for this episode of the Henry Hudson Hour. Big thanks to my sister Emily for coming on the show and helping me complain about gas prices, burnout, trains, wedding stress, and the general chaos of being an adult. If you enjoyed the episode, have thoughts, or just want to say hello, you can find me on Instagram at Henry Hudson Hour or email me at henryhudsonhour@gmail.com. And as always, the music for the show is done by John Bartman. Thanks for listening, and I'll catch you next time on the Henry Hudson Hour. Thank you, Emily.
Welcome.
Okay, I love you. Let's eat dinner.
Yes.
All right. Bye, y'all.
Adios.